The transmission crackled across every human colony, station, and ship within the Sol system. Ambassador Hazel stood in the command center of Lunar Station, her arms crossed as she watched the holographic projection of the Korvax High Council materialize before her. After 10,000 years of peace, the lead counselor announced, his chitinous mandibles clicking with barely contained rage, the Korvax Collective hereby declares the ancient truce null and void. Humanity has violated the sacred accords. We demand immediate surrender of all human territories beyond your home system, or face total annihilation. Hazel blinked once, twice, then she did something the Korvax had not anticipated in any of their war simulations. She laughed, not a nervous chuckle or a diplomatic deflection, but a genuine, deep belly laugh that echoed through the command center. Within seconds, her second-in-command, Leo, joined in, then the communications officer, then the entire bridge crew. The laughter spread like wildfire across the quantum networks connecting human space. The Korvax counselor's exoskeleton flushed an angry purple. You dare mock the Korvax Collective? We, who have conquered 17 star systems, we, who eliminated the Threxian Empire in a single solar cycle. Hazel wiped a tear from her eye, struggling to compose herself. I'm sorry, she gasped between fits of laughter. It's just 10,000 years. You think we've been sitting idle for 10,000 years? Leo stepped forward, his grin wolfish. Counselor, when was the last time your species checked on what humans were actually doing? The hologram flickered with uncertainty. The Accords strictly forbade surveillance. We honored right, Hazel interrupted, waving a hand dismissively. Let me guess, you've been preparing for this war for, what, a century, maybe two, running simulations based on data from our last conflict. The silence from the Korvax spoke volumes. Oh, this is precious, Leo said, pulling up a holographic display. See, here's the thing about humans. We don't do peace the way you do. 10,000 years ago, when we signed that truce, we had just developed faster-than-light travel. We had kinetic weapons, nuclear missiles, maybe a few prototype plasma cannons. Hazel picked up the explanation seamlessly. The Korvax had superior shields, better ships, and you outnumbered us 50-1. We were outmatched, so we agreed to the truce. You probably thought you were being merciful. We were merciful, the counselor protested. We allowed your species to survive, and we appreciated that, Hazel said, her smile turning sharp. We really did, so we spent the next 10,000 years making absolutely sure that no one would ever put us in that position again. Leo activated another display. Year 100 after the truce, we cracked quantum entanglement communication. Year 500, matter manipulation at the atomic level. Year 1200, we figured out how to fold space-time without a ship. Year Hazel continued, we created the first stable artificial intelligence. Year 5000, we solved death. Year 7500, we learned to manipulate dark energy. And year 9000, she paused for dramatic effect, we built the Casimir engines. The Korvax counselor's color had faded from angry purple to a sickly gray. What are Casimir engines? Oh, you'll love this, Leo said cheerfully. They extract energy directly from the quantum vacuum. Unlimited power from literally nothing. Each one can generate more energy than your species' entire collective produces in a standard year. Hazel gestured to the starfield, visible through the station's view. See those stars? Every single human colony, station, and outpost is powered by Casimir engines. We have 14,000 of them. We haven't needed conventional power sources for over a millennium. But weapons. The counselor started. Weapons. Hazel laughed again. Counselor, we have weapons you can't even conceptualize. We have ships that exist in 17 dimensions simultaneously. We have drones the size of molecules that can disassemble matter at the quantum level. We have soldiers who are more machine than organic, who can operate in hard vacuum, survive temperatures that would vaporize your homeworld, and who literally cannot die as long as their consciousness backups exist. Leo pulled up another display showing a seemingly empty region of space. This is the Oort cloud surrounding our system. Looks empty, right? There are currently 47 million autonomous defense platforms hidden in that cloud. Each one is capable of sterilizing a planet. We haven't advertised them because, well, why would we? The 17 systems you conquered, Hazel said, her voice turning cold. We've been to 10,000 systems. We didn't conquer them because we're not particularly interested in conquest. We're interested in knowledge, exploration, art, music, philosophy, you know, the things you do when you're not busy being terrified of your neighbors. The Korvax counselor was now a pale, translucent color. This cannot be. Oh, it gets better, Leo said. Remember how you said you eliminated the Threxian Empire in a single solar cycle? We knew about that. We watched it happen. We had 3 observer ships documenting the entire war. You never detected them because our stealth technology was already 1,000 years ahead of your sensors. Hazel leaned forward. Here's what's going to happen, Counselor. You're going to go back to your collective, and you're going to explain that declaring war on humanity is the worst idea in the history of bad ideas. You're going to recommend that the Korvax collective formally apologize for this diplomatic incident, and then you're going to suggest a new treaty one based on mutual cooperation and trade. And if we refuse, the counselor asked weakly. Leo's smile disappeared. Then we'll remind you why humans signed that truce 10,000 years ago. Not because we feared war, but because we despised it. We're peaceful because we choose to be, not because we have to be. And if you force our hand, he let the sentence hang in the air. Hazel's expression softened slightly. We don't want to fight you, Counselor. We never did. But if you make this a fight, it won't be a war. It'll be an education. And trust me when I say, you don't want to learn these lessons the hard way. The hologram flickered as the transmission began to close. The counselor's final words were barely audible. We will convey your message to the collective. As the projection vanished, the command center erupted in cheers. Leo turned to Hazel with a grin. Think they'll actually apologize? Hazel shrugged, a small smile playing at her lips. Give them a week. They'll send an apology, a trade delegation, and probably a request to license our medical technology. How long until they figure out we were bluffing about half of that? Hazel's smile widened. Who says we were bluffing? Leo laughed, and across human space, an entire species breathed a collective sigh of relief that 10,000 years of preparation would remain theoretical. For now,